Measure, and Mix. Today I'm making some more Dollar Tree Valentine's DIYs. This video is in collaboration with my good friend here on YouTube, Heidi Sonboul. I've collaborated with her in the past, and she asked me if I wanted to collaborate on some Valentine's DIYs today with her, and I said yes. I love watching her channel. She does beautiful DIYs on a budget, and they always look high-end and so classy. She also does room makeovers on her channel, which I love watching because I love seeing the finished outcome. She is just such a wonderful person and has a great personality and is so fun to watch. So after you are done here, please go and check her video out for this collaboration. It's linked down below in the description box along with her channel, and show her some love and support. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jessica, and I'd love to have you stick around by hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new DIYs. One more thing is we are almost at 100,000 subscribers, and I just can't believe it, guys. I'm so amazed that I have almost hit this mark. It's just so, I just can't believe it. So anyways, I wanted to let you guys know that when I do hit 100,000 subscribers, I want to do a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much for following me and watching, and all of the love and support you have shown me this past couple years. I really, really, really appreciate it. All right, guys, now let's get started on the DIYs today. For this first DIY, I'm going to use this sign that I used in my previous video just for the galvanized hearts, and I'm just going to flip it over and remove the staples and the hanger that is on the back of it with a flathead screwdriver. So what I'm going to do is make a planter box with these two signs, but I need a bottom and two smaller sides. So I'm going to use this foam board from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to take one of the signs and trace it out, and then use a box cutter to just cut that out, and that will be the bottom of my box. And then for the sides, I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball it up to where I had cut the last one, and then make sure that it is the same width as the sign, and then cut two pieces out, and those will be the smaller sides of my box. Now what I'm going to do with the sign that has the love written in glitter on it, I'm just going to go ahead and take my white chalk paint and give it 2 coats. And I left the glitter on the sign so that way you could see the lettering through the chalk paint. You can't see the glitter anymore, you can just see the raised lettering. And that allowed me to use my paint pen and just trace over that lettering the same way it was, but just in black. So that is what I did here. I just used my paint pen and traced over that lettering, and then I had the word love exactly like it was, but in the color and the style that I liked. Then I decided to go ahead and fill in the heart on the sign with this pink peachy chalk paint that I mixed up a few videos ago, and that way it would just kind of tie in with the rest of my Valentine's Day decor. I wanted to say quickly, thank you guys so much for your comments and your concerns last week over my hurt thumb. It is doing much better now. It's just a little bruised. I really appreciate all of the comments and the concerns, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. All right, back to the video. Next, I just took the other part of the sign and sanded the 3 spots where the galvanized hearts were, just so that way the paper didn't continue to peel up when I painted over it. Then I gave it 2 coats of white chalk paint. I also gave 2 coats of white chalk paint to the smaller squares for the smaller sides that I cut out. Now it's time to put the planter box together. So I'm going to start off with the piece of foam board that I cut out for the bottom of the planter box, and I did not paint that piece of foam board because it's going to be on the bottom so you won't see it. And then I'm going to use the front of the planter box, which is the sign that has the love on it, and I'm just going to apply some hot glue to that bottom edge and then apply that to the front of the sign, and then do the same thing for the two sides. Just apply some hot glue and then glue it down to the front and the bottom of the sign. Then for the last piece is the back of the board, and I'm just gonna apply some hot glue to all three of those sides and place the back on. Now all that's left to do is fill up the planter box, and you can use whatever flowers or whatever you would like to fill up your box. I just used some floral foam, and then I didn't have enough, so I used some pool noodles to fill up the rest of the box, so that way I'd have something for my flowers to stick into. And then I used some of the peach colored roses in the light peach and in the dark peach to fill up my box. And I left the leaves on, and then I just sporadically placed them throughout, and I love how this turned out for Valentine's Day. It works perfectly with the rest of my decor, and you can also use it throughout spring as well.
Closer, I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset, man.
For my second DIY, I'm going to use these two love signs from Dollar Tree with the metal hearts on them. So I'm just going to pry the metal hearts off with a flathead screwdriver, and I am going to save both of them for my last DIY. So I just set those aside, and now I'm just going to take a piece of sandpaper and sand down the spots where the metal hearts were glued down at, so that way I have a smooth finish for this sign when I'm done. Then I just cut off the hangers for this sign, and I did fill in the holes with some hot glue, just so that way you couldn't see the holes anymore as well. And then I went over this with 2 coats of white chalk paint. Once the signs were all dry, I just went ahead and flipped them both over onto their backs, and I put them up against each other on the long sides, and then used some hot glue to secure them together. And to make sure that they were really secure together, I just went ahead and reinforced them with some popsicle sticks. Next, I wanted to define the lines in the sign, because they are like little divots in there to make it look like shiplap. So I just used my black paint pen and just traced over those lines. But then I came back with my white chalk paint, and I just dry brushed over those lines, so that way they looked like there were grooves in there, but they weren't so dark. Next, I'm going to use this tissue paper from Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack of 24. There are 4 sheets per color, so I'm going to use the 4 sheets of pink for this DIY. I just cut strips out of those 4 sheets, and then I just cut squares out of the strips. Your squares and your strips don't have to be perfect. I didn't measure or anything. I just eyeballed them and cut them out. And then I didn't end up using all of the squares that I cut out, but you could for this project, just depending on how you prefer it. Now what I'm going to do is start off with just one of the squares that I cut out, and I'm just going to bunch it in the middle and take some hot glue and start gluing it down on the sign. Now I'm going to be making a heart shape out of the tissue paper. So I just continued to hot glue until I started to get the shape of a heart. And then I realized that I probably should have took a pencil and drew my heart out on the sign, so I had something to follow, so that way my heart wouldn't get wonky and just wouldn't look like a heart. So I just went ahead and did that after I got started, and then it was easier to go ahead and follow the outline of that heart with the tissue paper. That is all I did for this DIY. You could definitely make it your own by using more tissue paper and making your heart thicker, or filling in your heart with more tissue paper, or using different colors. It's up to you. I really love how it turned out, and it's such an easy project to do.
It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love.
For the last DIY, I'm going to use these 2 glass jars from Dollar Tree. I'm also going to use these foam heart stickers from Dollar Tree. Now these particular glass jars have sections on them, so what I'm going to do is take 3 of the smaller heart stickers from the package, and I'm going to place them vertical onto one section of the glass jar. And then after I do one section, I'm just going to go ahead and skip a section and then do the next one and continue that all the way around the glass jar until I have it full with the stickers. So I'm not just going to leave these stickers on the glass jar this way. I'm actually placing them on here so that way I can paint over them, and then when I peel the stickers off, I will have the silhouette of a heart. So I am going to use some of this pink paint that I used in my previous DIY. I had already mixed it from a few videos ago. It's just chalk paint. I'm going to do 2 coats on the glass jar, making sure to get the crevices of the stickers. And now once the jar is all dry, I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of the stickers. And like I said, I am left with my heart silhouettes.
It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling.
You always want to seal your painted glass with something so that way the paint doesn't chip off, especially with chalk paint because it chips off really easily. So in this case, I'm just using some Mod Podge that dries clear. You could use polyacrylic or just anything that dries clear. Now I'm going to use those metal hearts that I took off my sign in the second DIY, and I'm just going to use my drill to drill a hole into each one of them in the center at the top. All that's left to do is string some twine through these metal hearts and tie that twine around the top of each jar. And that is it. You can put candles in these with the lids off, of course, or candy. It's up to you, but I think these are so cute.
You're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can.
Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out Heidi's video. It's linked down below in the description box. Show her some love and support while you're over there. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and Facebook and tag me so you can share your DIYs with me. All right, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.